Okay, let's do this. Hi everyone. In today's video, I am going to be talking about my thoughts regarding where I am in life, or maybe not exactly where I am in life, but what I have learned so far in my life, in my 30s, what I can share with you so that maybe you can relate and I can maybe influence you as well positively to look at your own life and see where you're heading. I don't know. I was just thinking I'm going to do this because I have a few thoughts, but let's just proceed, okay? Maybe you are new to my channel and you don't know who I am. I am Karolina Slavic Muslima. I am Muslim revert from Poland. I currently live in the UK and I am presenting my stories from my life. I want to influence you as well, as I am on the journey of a self-improvement. So maybe I can inspire you for you to be on your own journey of self-improvement. Why? Because the benefits are countless. I know that in today's modern life there are so many books about self-help, about, I don't know, just how to improve yourself, generally speaking. But I don't want to say it's boring, but when you are consciously to be on your own journey of self-improvement and being the director, the boss of your life, because in fact you and myself, we are driving our life. When you realize that you can consciously, mindfully create your life towards achieving your goal, towards having the life that you deserve, you quickly realize that self-improvement is the way forward. I am here to inspire you, inspire myself, share my story, because all of the answers in today's chaotic, confusing times lies with that topic of self-improvement and waking up and taking the responsibility for your life. You will see that everything is starting to make sense. And there are hidden things that only when you are dedicated, you will see that sometimes what you will uncover on your journey, once you decide to take this seriously, you will see shocking truth that is not hiding anymore. And that's the thing, to uncover the truth of life. What am I doing here actually? I am into spirituality as well, and self-development is connected to spirituality. Being better today than yesterday, being better human being, and everything is connected to frequencies. We can change our vibration and be on a higher frequency. And on the higher frequency, there are things that normally you wouldn't be able to see if you are just concentrating on this materialistic world that we can already see in 3D. And I want to encourage you to be on the journey of self-improvement and being true to yourself, because then you are able to access hidden stuff that normally it's impossible to see. And once you see it, once you realize, once finally will sink in your head, then there is no way that you will be able to be lost in all of this maze of this life. What I have learned so far in my life, in my 30s, is that once you decide and once you are committed to self-improvement, you desperately will like to be authentic with people, with your surroundings, with yourself. And the more authentic you are with yourself and with others, you accessing freedom. You are accessing the realms of freedom, okay? Finally, you realize that you don't have to pretend anymore. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be your true, authentic self. And the more you are truthful to yourself and to other people, the easier it gets. And you don't have to pretend anymore who you are. You don't have to pretend anymore. And that's so beautiful. I am from Poland. I am Muslim. I have reverted to Islam in 2010. And yes, I went through many twisted stories related to my conversion to Islam, but it just made me stronger. It made me who I am today, and I don't have to hide anymore, and that is beautiful. And I want to show you, no matter from which background are you, no matter where you are in life, no matter where you live, how old are you, you can decide to be on your own journey of self-discovery and on your own beautiful journey of being authentic. I want to inspire you guys, because suddenly you realize that you don't have to pretend, you don't have to play a character, you don't have to, and you are becoming, you are creating the algorithm. Because of course, you know, whatever is trending, people follow that. But when you are out of algorithm, you are out and you are free, and you can do whatever you want to do. And yes, some people would say that, oh, she is not a proper Muslim, she's not Muslim because her hair. This is my style, this is who I am. I know many Muslims that don't wear headscarf and they are Muslims. And I am not judging anyone. I am not saying that this person is Muslim and this person is not Muslim, because I don't know their heart. Only God knows their heart. When you realize that you don't have to pretend, you can take off the mask and be yourself. It is the best feeling ever. It's so many baggage, so many heavy emotions are being lifted from your shoulders. And I encourage you guys to be yourself. Don't follow the trends unless you like them, unless you see that, okay, this is what you want to do. But I would strongly encourage you to look at yourself, to answer the uncomfortable questions with yourself, and to stand up for yourself, even if this means that you're going to be standing on your own. Because this is the ultimate freedom. You are not scared of even standing on your own. And we are in difficult times right now, but this is the way forward. Trust me on that one. This is the way forward. I have analyzed, seen, noticed many dark things, and that I'm not going to be talking about it in this video. And I see that this is the solution. But there is a way. There is a way of doing that, and everything is connected to your frequency, to your vibration. Remember, or if you don't know, we are trying to be on a higher frequency, because being on a higher frequency, you are being safe. The higher the frequency, the better for you, the better for all of us, and you are much safer there in that position of higher position, rather than on the lower vibration where there is a high proportion of people right now that are on very low frequency. This is the dangerous place that we want to avoid, okay? When you're on a journey of a self-improvement, self-discovery, this is also connected to manifestation. We are manifesting every day, consciously or unconsciously. I have manifested today that I'm going to record this video, which means I took the steps consciously because I decided, and this is how it is always. You decide, you take actions, and then there you go. You have the final product. That's why it is called conscious manifestation, because you're consciously deciding and you're doing it. What else I have learned throughout my life, coming to this point, is that this life, it's about experiences. Yes, this life is about achievements. But once you achieve something, you want something else, you want something else. It is all about selection, and it is all about the experiences, experiencing the process. You don't constantly have to do something to achieve, do. You do something because you enjoy doing it. Like, for example, I create videos and I enjoy doing that, and I do it. Some people would say, oh, she has very small views and stuff like this. Fine, okay, but I don't do this for views, okay? I do this to inspire people because I feel like I am on a mission. I feel like I have a voice, and I feel like I have something to say. And if you have something to say, open a YouTube channel and say it. This is the part of the freedom where you allow yourself, where you allow your voice to speak. Because this is also where the energy comes and goes. The place that I live in now, which is England, of course, we have been programmed every single day to suppress our voice. We are not able to speak our minds in public. That's why there is a lot of suppression going on. Obviously, people say that that's not true. I disagree with this. I don't feel like I can talk about my opinions, my experiences with people freely, openly. Rules and regulations in place that are there to suppress our voices, cutting the long story short. So YouTube is a great way of sharing your story with people and showing who you are, or showing the version that you want people to see. But that's something else for another time. I am in the point of my life that I am not scared of my opinions and articulating what I want to say, what I want to speak, how I want to present myself to the world, because I'm not hiding anymore. I have enough of hiding. I have enough of constantly explaining myself that I am Muslim or I'm not Muslim, or where are you from, and all of these assumptions, and what I should do with my life, what I shouldn't do with my life, how I should act, how I shouldn't act, what I should say, what I shouldn't say. You know, I am in the point of my life that I am not hiding anymore. And I recommend you to do the same. Why? Because this is the path to freedom. This is the path to freedom. This is the path to release the pressure from your life. And this is the way to be on a higher frequency, because on the lower frequency, we do not want to be there. It's a dark place, and I don't recommend that to anyone. And I am not scared of judgment. I'm not scared of other people's opinion. I just don't hide anymore. When you speak to me and this is who I am, this is what you get, really. I recommend that because this is great. And I don't have to pretend or twist myself to be in the version of myself that people want me to be. No. You can see my hair? Yes, you can see my hair. Does that make me a bad person? Does that make me non-Muslim? Does that make me a person that is less worth or something? It is all about the mindset, the attitude. What is more important in life? And again, standing in your own truth means sometimes that you're going to be standing there alone. But I want to let you know that that is absolutely okay. Standing alone. Being out of the algorithm, you know? It's okay, because this is where the glitch is, okay? Being out of the algorithm. I finally live my life the way I want to live my life. I finally say and speak what I want to say without anyone's permission. This is the ultimate freedom. Freedom of speech. Of course, in a respectful way. But for example, me, I don't have time to go online and just vomit my opinions and, you know, just have an argument with people and just commenting and nonsense, all of this drama online. And have you realized the state of humans now, what's going on? Like, do you guys really have time for this? I don't. I live my life. I literally don't have time to put negative comments, send negative comments and argue, you know, who is right, who is wrong. I just live my life. Where all of these people are finding the time to do this, like, wow, it's shocking sometimes. It's absolutely shocking. For me, days just go like, I remember Monday, today's Friday again. Why? Because I'm busy with my life, because I am busy with my creation, because I'm busy with my YouTube, because I'm busy with my life, because I'm busy with my relaxation, because I'm busy with my gym, with my walks in the park, with my work, with my family. I'm busy. I don't have time for this. Your consciousness, your self-improvement, your spirit, being connected to God Almighty, is the way forward in all of it. Being the best version of yourself, being true to yourself, and accessing the heart, and being grateful for every second, every day of your life is the way forward in all of this nonsense. And being on a higher frequency, this is where we want to be, okay? And I'm repeating myself because this is the key. This is where you will absolutely find all of the answers that you are looking for. Are the hidden things that you won't be able to see on a lower frequency. Anger, jealousy, sadness, depression, and all of it. You won't be able to see that. You won't be able to access these. Another precious thing that I have learned in my life is about ego. Your ego is the protector. Your ego wants to prevent you from growing. Your ego will try to sabotage you in achieving what you want to achieve. Your ego is connected to your own opinions, beliefs, preconceptions, and your ego will prevent you to step out of your comfort zone, because ego wants to protect you. Ego loves comfort, and what we have to do, we have to stretch that area of our life if our ego is preventing us from going for something. For example, opening a YouTube channel, even if I do have the urge to open a YouTube channel, my ego will prevent me saying, oh, why, you don't need this. What they're going to be thinking about you? Are they going to be laughing? Ego is connected to your self-worth and what you are actually thinking about yourself. But guess what? This is also connected to how the school system wired you in a specific way. For example, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can say, what you can't say. And your ego will unfortunately sometimes work against you. And of course, we all do have good days and bad days, but remember, all bad days will pass. And as long as you know who you are, as long as you know your worth, what you can achieve, who you are, you can definitely go for it. And sometimes the voice in your head, you have to ignore it. I ignored the voice in my head so many times when I uploaded videos, and because I just don't listen, I just do it. I am committed to grow my channel. I'm committed to show up here, and I'm doing it. Why? Because I have decided. That's it. And you can definitely reprogram yourself, your nervous system, and the way you think about yourself by practicing feeling uncomfortable when you feel, becoming comfortable when you feel uncomfortable, when you allow yourself to feel. And through feelings, through emotions, we can definitely access different frequencies of who we are representing and who we are as human beings. And also another thing I want to mention is emotions, that we all do experience them. Emotions are the energies in motion, and emotions help us to navigate through how we feel, and we can become comfortable with some uncomfortable emotions when we allow them to be felt. When we allow ourselves not to be distracted, to basically feel them. That's why they are there, for us to feel them. And then we can unpack these things that are preventing us from growing and from accessing higher, and become more comfortable with these uncomfortable emotions. And this is how we can navigate through these. So sometimes just try to feel them. It's okay. It's absolutely fine. Don't stop them, because when you stop experiencing emotions, this creates blockages, energetic blockages, which is also not very good, because energetic blockages will keep you stuck on our lower frequencies, okay? And it is all about releasing that, becoming a much happier person. Then you can access your heart, because your heart is another hidden, what makes you a human. And through heart, you can access another hidden experiences of this lifetime. So now, from ego to emotions to heart, when you allow yourself, when you are on a journey of self-discovery, self-improvement, when you try to be on a higher frequency, naturally you're gonna start a feeling that you want to be in your heart space more and more, and you want to operate from a heart space rather than from your ego. And this is a great way of releasing so many negative emotions, even that they are built up in you, because sometimes, going back to the emotions, if we block our emotions, if we are not going to allow to feel, then this creates blockages, and then this creates a stagnant energy that are trapped in your body. And again, this prevents you from accessing the higher frequencies, and we do not want to be stuck on the lower frequencies. Majority of people in today's modern life are on the lower frequencies. Hate, jealousy, anger, sadness, frustration, envy, etc. All of these low frequencies are the reason of suppression, the reason of not being authentic and playing a character and not knowing who you are, and so on and so forth. Everything is interconnected to each other, because we as human beings are interconnected to each other. And we understand that, and when we are on the journey of self-improvement, we can access different realms of consciousness as well, that I truly encourage you to experience, because it's great. Another thing that I have learned in my life is that pain will help you to grow. The pain is there to make you feel. The pain is there to make you grow. The pain is there to make you look at your mirror, look at yourself, and finally choose differently. Finally take the responsibility and just allow yourself, okay? Just allow yourself. And one thing I want to tell you as well, one thing is never one thing with me. When you go through the uncomfortable feelings of self-doubt, not feeling good enough, not feeling worth or deserving of all of these best things in life, this will keep you stuck. This will keep you stuck on some low frequencies, and that's not the best way, that's a not good way to be in. And this is more painful than facing the truth. This is more painful than facing the truth. And once you face the truth, once you release it, all of these blockages that I've been talking about before, this is the path to freedom, okay? You don't have to pretend anymore that you are someone that you are not. You don't have to fulfill someone else's script about who they think you should be. And you're just yourself. And again, it is the best feeling to choose yourself, even that this means that you're going to be standing alone. I guarantee you that. And I want to encourage you to be on that journey, because it's great. And you see the truth just like that. You see the truth straight away, and you don't really have any more time and desire to even watch TV. I don't know when was the last time that I was watching TV. My mom sometimes, she watches TV, and when I look at TV and what she's watching, I just can't. I just can't do it. Yes, some like entertainments and like some games and watching, you know, some traveling or cooking programs. Great, perfect. If this is what you love, this is what you like, of course. But the rest is just a nonsense. Okay, live your life, be alive, live your life, fulfill your passion. Read a book if you want to, go for a walk, cook something new, push yourself. You ever wanted to visit country, go for it. Plan the steps, do the steps, book the ticket, do it, take the train, go. You know, you wanted ever to learn how to play some instrument, do it. You always wanted to do something else, do it. Live your life. Live your life and don't worry about other things. Don't worry about the TV and the news and what's going on, okay? Because you ultimately creating your reality. And you ultimately becoming who you want to be, who you are, and being the true authentic self is the best feeling ever. I remember back in Poland at school. I left Poland when I was 19, so you can imagine that I went through that education system that was very rigid. We were not able to be creative at all. We were not able to think for ourselves. We were not able to question things that are out of the script. Everything was so protected, controlled. You needed to think in a specific way. That's why I was always having trouble at school, because I was always different. I felt like I don't belong there, because that was the truth. I was never ever Never ever. I was never ever meant to fit in that environment, because that wasn't me. That was not my true authentic self. That was not what is in my soul. That's why. Now I understand that. But back in the days I was struggling because I needed to pretend. I needed to play a character that I knew that I never am, that I never will be. And this created so many blockages in me, but to the point that I finally said I have enough. And again, when it comes to my identity as being Muslim, I was in suppressed environment as well in some point of my life. But over there, in that environment, it was again rules and regulation and stuff like this, which are great. Of course, you have to have some rules and regulation that are making somehow sense, but there is a way of approaching that. There is a way to influence, encourage someone to live according to these rules and regulations from your heart space. But again, you have to be yourself on a higher frequency. And I'm not chatting, I'm not talking about some magic here. Come on. I'm just talking about incorporating a mind, body, and soul. Because this is who you are as a human being. These aspects of you make you who you are as a human being. You cannot forget one or the other, just be in your head that you have to do this so strict and rigid. You have to implement all of these areas and then speak your truth from that loving space. Otherwise, no one's going to listen to you, okay? You yourself have to set a good example for others. And it cannot be just done by shouting and saying that this is what you have to do without any explanation. It's not a joke, you know, everyone has a brain. Even children have a brain as well. They can feel so many things. If you are not leading by example and you enforcing something on someone, of course, no one's going to take you seriously. That is my problem. I do have a lot of problem when it comes to that. And I think maybe I can start a new series about what problems I do have when it comes to Muslim society. Not everyone, of course, but at some point of my life, I needed to get rid of some of the Muslim people from my life, because instead of them inspiring me to be the better version of myself, and this is how it's supposed to be when it comes to Islam, these things, these people were affecting me in a way that they were bringing the worst sides out of me. And I was feeling so bad being who I am at that time. So again, anything can be explained when you have open mind. Are you open-minded, or are you narrow-minded? Again, if you are stuck on something, you are stuck on something. Then there is nothing no one can do. You can unstuck yourself. You only have the power to unstuck yourself. And yes, again, there is that frustration in me. I was always either labeled by other people, or I was never enough. And you know what? Now I am free, because I am who I am, and I am the best version of myself today in comparison to yesterday. And I don't care whoever says what about me. If you can see my hair or you can't see my hair, I don't care. I literally do not care. I don't care what they're going to be thinking about me. Let them. Everyone should be focusing on their life. Everyone should be focusing on what they are having in their life, what they are achieving. Are they becoming a better human beings themselves? Because if not, then who are they to judge me? And you know how you can recognize if someone is on a journey of a self-improvement, being the best version of themselves, is when you come across people that they just don't judge anymore. They just don't judge. Like, I mean, the proper judgment. Because they know how it is, how difficult it is to be on a place, to be in the current, to be in a present moment, to be in the place that they are being. They know exactly how difficult it is to be where they are now. And this is a part of my story being who I am today. And this is what I have learned in my 30s, that everyone has their own journey. And the best way is to be on your own journey of self-discovery, self-improvement, and being the best version of yourself, and being your own true authentic self. And this is how you can spot people, because they understand how much courage, how much time, dedication, sweat, uncomfortable feelings takes to be at the position that they are. No one is perfect, okay, but we can be better today than yesterday. And let's stop this judgment. Let's just take this life as an opportunity to grow, not as an opportunity to be perfect, okay? Opportunity to grow. And I don't know how this video will come out, but I think I have an idea now for a different series. I don't know, I will see. I will think about if I want to do this. The stories about my stories regarding Islam. And the thing is this, guys. Many people ask me to do stories about Islam, about my conversion, which is very interesting stuff to talk about. But my channel is more to do with self-improvement, self-discovery. And yes, although Islam is part of my story, but it's not just the angle of who I am today, because I am Karolina, Slavic Muslima from Poland with Polish roots. But yes, I think maybe I could actually talk about some stuff related to my conversion to Islam and self-improvement, actually. From that angle, maybe yes, it actually makes sense. If you want me to talk about this specifically, maybe I will do it. Maybe ask me in the comments section down below, where I will think about it, maybe gather the questions, and then see. If not, I might come up with something myself. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. See you next time. Look after yourself. Bye.